How about them Cowboys?
Angry Cowboys Fan, are you down to ride? Angry Cowboys Fan, are you down to ride? Drop a like on the video, go ahead and subscribe.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and Angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. And Cowboys Nation, people love to make a name for themselves by dissing the Dallas Cowboys. Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless, and the person that this video is about, Colin Cowherd. As you can see, I'm wearing my Micah Parsons jersey in solidarity for the Lion. Go out there and get your money, bruh. But anyway, I came across two video clips of Colin Cowherd that Cowboys Nation has probably seen by now. One, judging Brian Schottenheimer, and the other, telling the Dallas Cowboys that Micah Parsons isn't worth the money and being the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL, as if that means a damn thing nowadays. So we're going to take a listen to the two clips that I got for y'all, then y'all know what we're going to do. We're gonna come back and unpack this raw and uncut. So, Angry Cowboys fans, try to stomach the bile spewing from the lips of the hater Colin Cowherd.
You know, I don't like backward hats. What's worse is a backward visor. That's a 2-win team. I'm taking away 4 wins. So when you sit in front of a podium, you're representing the Cowboys, you're representing Bank of America, you're representing a $12 billion corporation. I think you got to do better as a head coach than a visor backwards. There's a reason at country clubs and private clubs, you have to wear collared shirts and jackets. There's a reason for that. Like, there's a standard. I don't want to look like a guy that's here to move my couch. Like, I want you to do better than that. That's awful. That is so bad.
All right, Cowboys Nation. Does every coach in the league wear collared shirts or jackets? No. But are you kidding me, Colin Cowherd? The Dallas Cowboys are going to lose more games this season because Brian Schottenheimer chose to wear a visor backwards. You don't like backwards hats? What about Dan Quinn? You're all over the Washington Commanders, jocks, and here he is wearing a backwards hat. You can't make this stuff up, Cowboys Nation. The Dallas Cowboys get talked about for legitimately anything by the ops. They will say that the Dallas Cowboys won't win any games because blah, 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 say blah. The Dallas Cowboys will only win 2 games because they have blue in their jerseys or something. This is probably the dumbest take that Colin Cowherd could have came up with, but hey, what do I expect from the 3 and 4 letter networks, right? But jumping into this second clip, Colin Cowherd talks about Micah Parsons not being worth the money he eventually will get from Jerry Jones. So let's go ahead and talk about it so we can unpack this raw and uncut.
I was on team trade Micah Parsons a year ago. I like Micah. He's a good player, but I'm not making him the highest paid defensive end. He's not Myles Garrett. He's not Aiden Hutchinson. He's not Max Crosby. CeeDee Lamb is closer to the top of the receiving rankings, in my opinion, than Micah Parsons is on the pass rush. And they could also franchise tag Micah Parsons for a couple years. Right now, Micah's contract going into this year, without a new contract, would make him the 5th highest edge rusher cap hit. That's a totally appropriate contract. He's been treated like a rock star. There are times he is a rock star. But in the postseason, 4 playoff games. Hit the quarterback 4 times, 1 sack. That ain't Myles Garrett.
Well, Colin Cowherd, why don't you talk about Max Crosby? When was the last time the Las Vegas Raiders actually went to the playoffs and did something? But this clip is absolutely ridiculous, Cowboys Nation. But with that being said, y'all ready for this raw and uncut? Y'all ready? Let's get it. Boy, I'll tell you what, Cowboys Nation. The amount of hatred the Dallas Cowboys organization and fan base gets is out of this world. Grown-ass men and women with nothing better to do than to get on their platforms and degrade the Dallas Cowboys. Not on things that they've seen during training camp, but for the damn visor being worn backwards by the head coach. I tell you, Cowboys Nation, you can't make this shit up. So Colin Cowherd said that the Dallas Cowboys would only win 2 games this upcoming season because the head coach wears his visor backwards. I wonder what he thought about Bill Belichick when he cut off the sleeves to his sweater before becoming a Super Bowl winning coach. I wonder if he was talking shit about him, or was he glazing them like Colin Cowherd glazes the Washington Commanders. But when people come up with crazy-ass narratives like this, you can tell that they have absolutely nothing to talk about. They just have to talk about the team on the show because it's great ratings. Like I said before, Stephen A. Smith and the 3 and 4 letter networks, they have talked about the Dallas Cowboys because if they didn't, their ratings would go down the toilet. There are more haters of the Dallas Cowboys than there are fans of the Dallas Cowboys, and people love to tune into drama and misery. I myself make this content to call them out on their crap, and I've done it since the first week on YouTube. Then, in the second clip, he goes on to speak about Micah Parsons and how Jerry Jones shouldn't pay him top of the market money, that he should be making 5th highest at his position. The question that I have is, why do these talking heads worry about what these players are going to make? Why do the fans worry about what these players are going to make? Why is it anybody's business what these men are bringing home? People act as if these players are getting paid through their tax returns or something. Like fans' rent won't get paid if a player gets top of the market money. And I get tired of the talks about, oh, they got to leave some pie for the rest of the team. That's not the player's responsibility to worry about having enough money on the salary cap. That's not the player's responsibility to take the pay cuts in order to help the salary cap out. That's up to your salary capologist, Stephen Jones, to figure out what can be done. It's up to your GM in Jerry Jones for this team to get the contracts done in a timely manner in order to afford other players. People want these players to take all this accountability without giving the front office the accountability as well. It's crazy work, Cowboys Nation. But I made a video yesterday telling Cowboys Nation that this Micah Parsons situation runs deeper than the X's and O's. It's about respect. It's about being valued, and it's about long-term security. It's about generational wealth within your family. It's about the name that the Dallas Cowboys front office is giving this organization by not conducting football business like a contending team. It's all about the fact that this is how this business has been ran for at least the last 15 to 20 years. In those years, the Dallas Cowboys have only gotten to the divisional round. You would figure if someone was bashing their head against the wall and the wall wasn't collapsing, they would try a different approach. Nope, not this front office. It also has to do with the potential free agents that could be viewing this organization. Do they really want to come and play for the Dallas Cowboys? Do they really want to come down here and have to contend to get paid by the Dallas Cowboys? Do they really want to come down here and have to go through the rigmarole in games that Jerry and Stephen Jones presents? That's not how negotiations work, Cowboys Nation. And if I was a free agent, I don't know. I don't know if the no state tax would be enough for a free agent to come down to Dallas. And now, the Dallas Cowboys got to figure it out. Then you'll have fans of rival fan bases as well as our own fan base listening to the crap and making the players out as the villains, all because they feel they deserve top money. Stories in the media painting these players as ungrateful because they wouldn't take the first offer placed on the table by Jerry and Stephen Jones. How many times did I hear during Dak Prescott's contract negotiation, Dak should have taken what Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones offered him and he wouldn't have been franchise tagged twice? Nope. Dak did exactly what he should have done and became the highest paid quarterback in NFL history for a month or so. But how can someone hate the fact that a player is maximizing their earnings through negotiations? How can the players be blamed for the front office taking the "they didn't call us" approach? The reason why we missed out on a number of different free agents a couple years back. Also, the front office has to answer the damn phone when the agents call. They can't just ignore the calls and tell the media that we never got a call. They never got a hold of us. Also, how about the fact that if you want a player to play for you, you call his damn agent? If I want a damn Domino's pizza, I don't wait for Domino's to call me. I call and I place my order. I've never heard someone wanting something but waiting for that something to fall into their laps, waiting for somebody to call them if they wanted something. No, you hop your ass on the phone and you get it. But, it doesn't work that way, Cowboys Nation. Also, if everyone was so worried about the salary cap, How about you tell your front office to be more proactive in negotiations instead of reactive? But I just wanted to give my 2 cents on this whole Colin Cowherd situation. You heard him, Cowboys Nation. He doesn't expect the Dallas Cowboys to win over 2 games this year. Not because we're light at the defensive tackle position. Not because we need assistance at the cornerback position. Nope. It's because our head coach decided to wear his visor backwards. If that ain't pure stupidity and hatred, then I don't know what is, Cowboys Nation. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. Cowboys Nation, what do you feel about what Colin Cowherd had to say? Is he right in his assessment about Micah Parsons and Brian Schottenheimer? Y'all know how we do. We always talk about it in the comments section. But if you're digging this content and want to help the channel grow, you want to help the channel chip away at its current milestone of 20K, drop a like on this video and please consider sharing it with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan. If you are DC for life and get tired of all the baseless crap that these talking heads come up with, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, film breakdowns, or Madden 25 or College Football 26 gameplay. Not in life, nor in football will I worry about what another man makes. Will I worry about another man's pockets? Some fans and talking heads act as if the money that these players are getting paid comes right out of their weekly checks. I mean, I wish contract negotiations would revert back to behind closed doors so these players' money wouldn't get scrutinized by the people that won't see a damn dime of it, Cowboys Nation. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan, and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.